Hi there, this is Sanjay and I welcome you all to this English learning YouTube channel, English Every Day. In today's video, we'll talk about Indian culture, Indian food, Indian traveling places, and there are many things. So if you are looking for a video where you can come to know more about Indian things, about Indian traditions, Indian customs, then this is the video you should watch until end. So without getting late, let's jump into the video and just have a look at it.
India. Wow. It's just such a vast place, isn't it? So much culture, language, everything. I think a lot of people feel a bit, overwhelmed trying to grasp it all.
Definitely. It's easy to feel that way. But sometimes, a simple conversation can cut through all that complexity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at this YouTube video today. It's a chat between someone from Taiwan and their Indian friend.
Oh.
And it's like surprisingly revealing.
Okay, I like that approach, sort of informal insights.
Exactly. We're going to pull out some key stuff about the culture, the amazing food, and maybe what it's like to travel there. Think of it as a bit of a shortcut.
Right, a cheat sheet. So our mission then is to sift through their chat, find those really interesting practical bits, and hopefully give you a clearer picture of what makes India, India.
Sounds good. And they jump right into the culture, which makes sense.
Where do they start with culture? It's so big.
Well, first up, languages. And it's kind of mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. 22 official languages. How does that even work?
It's incredible, right? But the conversation points out that Hindi and English often act as these common links, like bridges.
Okay, so they help people connect across all that linguistic diversity. It's not just a list of languages. It's about how the country actually, functions with them all.
Precisely. It says a lot about how culture is structured, maybe more regionally focused in some ways, and the effort needed for just like national communication. It touches everything, education, business.
Wow, okay.
Flowing right from that diversity, they talk about something else that brings people together, festivals.
Ah, the festivals. It sounds like there's always something happening. Diwali, Holi, Eid, Pongal, just one after another.
Pretty much. It's almost like a monthly rhythm of celebration. And the point made was how these create shared experiences, shared traditions for so many people.
Yeah, it really builds community, doesn't it? These regular moments everyone looks forward to.
Exactly. That shared joy, the traditions, it strengthens family bonds, community ties. And there was a nice little comparison. The Taiwanese host mentioned Lunar New Year, the Lantern Festival.
Oh, right. So that need to celebrate together, it's pretty universal.
Totally. Which kind of leads nicely into the next big topic they hit, food. Always a good topic.
Always. And the Taiwanese friends seemed pretty happy, mentioned samosa and butter chicken. Good choices.
Yeah, definitely a delicious way to start. But what the conversation really highlights is that those famous dishes, just scratching the surface.
Right, because Indian food isn't just one thing.
Not at all.
Ugh.
They get into the regional differences, like you've got biryani, which varies so much itself, then totally different things like dosa from the south, or all that amazing chat. The street food.
Chat. Okay, yeah. So it shows how different states have their own, complete culinary worlds. The spices, the cooking techniques, everything changes.
Massively. It really paints a picture of this incredibly deep food heritage.
And what about the spice? I remember seeing something about that.
Ah, yes. The Taiwanese perspective.
Yeah.
There was this appreciation for spice, but maybe a slight humorous caution about the intensity levels in some Indian dishes.
Yeah, I can imagine. Very relatable if you've ever, overestimated your spice tolerance somewhere new.
Totally relatable.
Okay, so we've got this vibrant culture, incredible food. What if you actually want to go? Like someone from Taiwan or anywhere really. Where do they suggest starting?
Well, the travel tips were actually pretty practical. They offered a few different flavors of trip, you could say.
Like what?
There's the classic sort of historical route, the Golden Triangle. That's Delhi for history, Agra, obviously the Taj Mahal, and then Jaipur with its palaces. A great intro.
Right, the big hitters. Makes sense.
But then, for nature lovers, totally different suggestions came up.
Yeah.
Kerala, down south, with the backwaters. So lush and green.
Well, I've seen pictures. Looks stunning.
Yeah. And then Himachal up north in the mountains. Again, completely different vibe, breathtaking views.
So you've got history, mountains, backwaters.
Yeah.
What else?
Beaches. They mentioned Goa for that more relaxed coastal experience. It really shows the range. India isn't just one kind of destination.
Definitely not. And I thought it was cool they specifically mentioned places the Taiwanese host was keen on, like the Taj Mahal, obviously, but also Rishikesh.
Yes. That made it feel more concrete, didn't it? And Rishikesh was framed as the spiritual side of India, yoga retreats, that specific kind of energy people talk about.
Right, tapping into something beyond just sightseeing. more profound, maybe.
Exactly. So after covering all that, the culture, food, travel ideas, the conversation kind of circled back.
To what?
To what connects these two cultures, Indian and Taiwanese, despite the distance and the differences. And they found some really interesting common threads.
Like what? Family.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi.
That strong focus on family came up. Also, the importance placed on tradition, and maybe unsurprisingly, the huge role that food plays in both cultures. Social gatherings, celebrations.
Huh. That's really fascinating. So even with all the surface differences, you find these core human values underneath. Family, tradition, food, pretty fundamental stuff.
It really is. It highlights how much you can learn, how much connection you can find just by engaging with another culture, even one that seems really different at first glance.
It makes you appreciate cultural exchange, doesn't it? That mutual learning.
Absolutely. Just broadens your own perspective, enriches your understanding of, well, everything.
So as we kind of wrap up our look at this conversation, what are the main takeaways about India that really stood out?
Okay, I think three big things. First, the sheer diversity of languages, festivals. It's not a witness. It actually seems to be a source of unity in a unique way.
Interesting point. Diversity is unity. Okay.
Second, the food. It's just incredibly rich and varied regionally. Forget Indian food as one category. It's a whole subcontinent of flavors.
Got it. Regional food is key.
And third, the travel possibilities are just immense. History, nature, spirituality, beaches. India offers like a huge range of compelling experiences.
A lot to explore there. Okay, so here's something to chew on as we finish. Think about your own culture, wherever you're from. How might someone from, say, India, or just somewhere totally different, see your culture? What might surprise them or seem fascinating? But then also, what basic things, what fundamental values do you think you'd still share despite all the differences?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to think about, isn't it? The beauty in what makes us different, but also in those deeper things that connect us all as humans.